I wanted to share some thoughts with you today as Victoria goes back into stage 3 restrictions for the next 6 weeks at least, and Pilates studios in metropolitan Melbourne are closing again. And, I've seen, a lot of sort of thoughts and prayers type posts on social media for Victorian Pilates studio owners, commiserating and saying, our hearts go out to you, etc. And, I guess I wanted to offer a different perspective, which is that we're in an industry which is kind of in the middle of the spectrum when it comes to how effectively can we respond to COVID. Like if you're in a business that runs, video conferencing or manufactures hand sanitizer, this is a boom time for you. If you're in a business that involves, personal contact by its very nature, something like hairdressing, where it's just not possible to do it online, then there's nothing much you can do about this. You just have to sit it out and hope you can survive. Cut costs, tighten your belt, and hope you can survive. And my heart goes out to those of you in those kinds of industries, like beauty therapy, massage practitioners, hairdressers, wedding event planners. These folks there's probably not much they can do to really take advantage of this situation. However, for those of us in group exercise, for those of us with Pilates studios, that's not us. Our product can be delivered online. And I guess I wanted to offer you my perspective on that as someone who has successfully transitioned a business online in the last 3 months. And I've seen several other people do that as well. I guess the first thing I want to say is the way that you think of your product and your business might need to change. Like, do you think of your business as being a Pilates studio and your product as being reformer Pilates classes? Well, if that's the case, then, probably, there's limited ability for you to adapt. But if you think of your product as being, the results and the experience that you provide for your customers, you provide people with the ability to become fit and strong and healthy. You improve their mental health, help them lose weight, become more functional in their daily activities. You help them get out of pain. You make them feel better about themselves. You give them an hour of pleasure once or twice or 5 times a week. You give them time to themselves. You ground them. You give them routine. You give them motivation. You give them community and connection. And they have an experience in your classes. They have an experience, of personal physical freedom, of doing a hard thing and achieving it, of connecting with like-minded people, of surrendering some parts of their identity. Like when they come into class, they're not a mummy or a corporate lawyer or an executive. They're just a person in activewear doing Pilates, along with a bunch of other people with activewear and no shoes. And, that's incredibly powerful and liberating, what you do for people. Now, if you hang up your, closed until further notice sign, in my view, you're letting down your clients. You're failing to bring this benefit to them right at the time when they most need it. Like, they're in lockdown as well. Your clients are in lockdown. They're stuck at home. They're contemplating at least another 6 weeks of not doing classes. They're feeling forlorn and trapped and, probably feeling bad about their physical health and fitness and wondering how they're going to maintain the routine and keep their sanity with their kids off school. They need what you do even more than ever right now. So what you provide for people, they still need it. In fact, they need it more than ever. And so, well, can't you just provide it in a different way? Can't you just provide it through Zoom or through whatever online platform? And I think the answer to that has got to be yes, you can, because we've seen many people do it. Now I've heard people say that, studio owners say that, my clients won't go online. My demographics old and they don't interact with technology well, or, my clients just prefer the physical, interaction in the studio. Well, maybe that's true and maybe it's not. But let's assume that it is true. Maybe you've got a clientele that just, your clients just aren't into online. They really like the physical thing. Well, they can't have it. So will they take online as a second best alternative? And guess what? Your clients are now not just limited to the clients who live within 5 kilometres of your studio. Your clients are anyone in the world. Now, I absolutely promise you that somewhere in the world, there are people who want to do online Pilates right now. And there are people who have a reformer at home and want to do online Pilates right now. And those people can be your new clients. Don't restrict your thinking to, the only people who have come into my studio in person, they're the only people who might do my online classes. No, maybe they're not the people who'll do your online classes. But if not, doesn't matter, because they're like one tiny, 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 tiny fraction of all the people in the world who need Pilates right now. So your market has just got way bigger if you go online. It's not smaller. But let's now think about the second possibility, the possibility that in fact you're wrong about your clients and you're making assumptions that they won't go online or that they just enjoy the personal interaction. Maybe they've told you that. Well, maybe they've told you that because they've never experienced a really freaking awesome online class done right. And teaching an online class is not the same thing as just teaching an in-person class, but there's a camera going. It's a different skill. But the same basic fundamentals apply. It's about connection. It's about providing an experience for people. It's about bringing people along for the ride and motivating them and getting more out of them than they thought was possible. It's about giving people all of those exact same benefits that they came to you in person for. Now, you can do that online. I know, because we're doing it. And I see many studios doing it really well. And so look at those studios that are doing it really well. Go and do their classes. See what they're doing. Look, get in touch with them on social media. Ask them what video equipment they used. What microphone do you use? How do you write your class program? Just go and do their classes and find out what's so awesome about it. And then copy it. Get on some forums. Ask some people about how to do it. You can start up with just a phone and that's all, and an internet connection. That's all you need. And it's because what you provide is connection and experience and motivation and community and health and fitness and all of that stuff, and that can be done online. So I guess what I want to say to you is, this crisis is probably going to go on for a long time. Why would it stop after 6 weeks? Why would that be the end of it? Only 1% of the Australian population's been infected. We don't have a vaccine. Why would it stop? Why would these restrictions not need to recur periodically for the next 12, 24, 36 months? So this is the new normal. Now, that's not to say that we'll never get back to doing in-person classes. I think we will. But don't hold your breath. And moreover, in this crisis, rather than hunkering down and becoming defensive and thinking, how can I cut costs? How can I hold my breath and get through to the end of it? Do the opposite. Think, what does this crisis make possible? What possibilities are now available to me that weren't before? And if you ask that question, I think you'll find that you'll generate some really exciting answers. And I hope you do. I hope this makes a difference for you. And I'd love to hear your feedback, your thoughts, your ideas, your questions. So post something in the comments below if you want. If I can offer you any specific advice on things like audio or video or camera equipment or anything like that, I'm happy to offer what knowledge I have. It's not my core area of expertise, but we've definitely developed some skill in that area in the last few months. So I hope you're well. I hope your family are well. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for this turbulent, wonderful, exciting time of opportunity and possibility for this industry. And I look forward to sharing the next couple of years with you. Bye.